My name is Katie Grace. For activity 7.01, I'm going to talk about why we have seasons, particularly why we have summer, why we have spring, why we have winter, and why we have fall. In order to talk about why this is the case, I'm going to illustrate it using a lantern. This lantern is going to focus as our sun. Oh look, it's even shining like a sun. All right, so, and this is our Earth. And you can see Los Angeles. I should have written it backwards, but you can see Los Angeles. All right, so the Earth travels around the sun. It goes around the sun, and when it goes around one time, that is a year on Earth. So it's traveling around, we call this orbiting. And on top of orbiting, while it orbits, it spins. You see it spinning? And one spin, so when it goes around one time, that's a day. So you see, the sun, the light, when it hits Los Angeles, you see how Los Angeles is actually facing the sun? That's a day in Los Angeles. When it spins and turns around, it's night because the light cannot hit this side, cannot hit Los Angeles. So there's our day. So on top of it orbiting like this, on top of it spinning and orbiting, the Earth also does something else. It's tilted like this. So on top of spinning and orbiting, it's tilted. So which means is while it's traveling, I can't do all three at once, but it travels around in a tilted way. Let's try that. So it goes around like this. It's tilted. And during the year, it's always tilted. And it depends. Winter, so here's Los Angeles right here. When Los Angeles is in this position, it's not receiving as much light. Actually, is that right? Yeah, it's not receiving as much light, direct sunlight, as it would in the summer. So it's going to be colder in Los Angeles if it's like this. Or is that summer? Yeah, all right. That would actually be night in Los Angeles. So let's say, okay, so if Los Angeles is facing, it gets kind of confusing. All right, so here we go. There we go. So Los Angeles, if it's holding like this would be winter in Los Angeles. Do you see how Los Angeles is facing down? And the light is hitting right here. So Los Angeles isn't getting as much light, so that means it's going to be winter in Los Angeles right now. But if we go this way, if it keeps traveling around, we put it on our day, on this side, you can see the light is hitting Los Angeles. So that's going to be summer. I hope that makes sense. Might get an explanation. Yeah, very complicated and very hard to think about. So let's go over it again. All right. So the Earth is tilted, it orbits, it spins for days, and then on top of it, it's tilted. And so while it's going around, the light is hitting different parts of the Earth depending on where it is in the rotation. So right now, this is winter because you see, the light is hitting straight. It's not hitting Los Angeles. Well, it's hitting it, but it's hitting it at a different angle, so it's going to be colder. Not as much of the heat is going to get underneath as it would if we are all the way over on this side. You see? Now it's getting the heat. So that's the reason why we have seasons. Kind of complicated and long to figure out, but it helps me to actually go through the motions and to understand the process. Anyway, so that's it. Good night.